Hello again, how are we doing? Welcome to Andy's BCA allotment, bike, camper vans and allotment. However, so far, as I've talked about before, we're just doing allotments at the moment. If I get the camera equipment and all that lot that the vloggers normally do, then I might just start doing a bit of motorbike stuff, camper van stuff. Nothing's booked though. To be honest, I haven't had the time. With mum not being so well at the moment, I haven't had time to book anywhere, even get my motorbike out of the garage, so that's that for now. So here we are again on the allotment. It's the same week actually, so I'm not going to cheat you. That's one thing I don't want to do. What my intention to do is today is to give you a look in the greenhouses. So there's not much really from the last video to report. However, the dailies are still popping through. They're looking lovely, as you can see there. We saw this the other day, if you remember. They were coming through. They just needed a bit of a spray. I'll give the allotment a nice tidy up. I managed to get ahead, well, as they say, ahead of the game, or at least level with the game. Apple and pear tree still hasn't been moved. I need to locate a new home for that, but where will it be? I'm just looking around now. Maybe over there by the blue tubs, because there used to be a tree over there in the distance where the blue tubs are next to the fence. I'm not quite sure. But the stem on the bottom of the apple tree is getting quite thick, so I think I'm going to have it on the pear tree there as well. They're getting quite thick, the stems, so if they're going to be moved, maybe I have to do it at the end of the season or something without disrupting it. Not quite sure on that one. I'm not really a tree surgeon, so. Is there a best time to move it? When's the best time to move it? When's the best time to trim it down? Because in the last video I was on about trimming the trees down, weren't I? So, any suggestions there? When's the best time to trim them trees down? Or actually move them, because I could do with moving them. A good friend of mine that was on the committee here on the allotments at Morecambe, he said the trees are too close together and they're not really going to flower or produce anything. And he has a landscaping business, so if anybody knows, he knows, because that's exactly what's happened. 5 years, that's 5 years growth. No, it's actually longer, thinking about it. Yeah, it's a bit longer. It's probably about 7-8 years in total. Anyway, yeah, so a quick walk round, because we had a walk round the other day and you saw how everything was doing. So we're still there, tidied off. Plants and flowers are doing okay. So we've got some small heads, bloody small heads. Look, they're not that big, are they? But they're not the ones that I really wanted this year, but they're pretty. I like flowers, I'm not going to whinge. Look at them, quite nice, but small heads. I reckon the big headed ones are going to be these shorter ones here, you can see. Well, looking forward to them anyway. So Claudia's corner. Come on, Claudia. What are we going to do with this? Yeah? So we just put some pots in there and some flowers or something. More flowers, Andy. Yay! And yes, as you can see, the fence needs painting. So any of my two sons feeling like they want to volunteer, yeah, I can see them racing to get here right now. Yep. Racing to get here and help me. Anyway, no. We'll get that done another time. To be honest, I have to be thankful for Claudia, because Claudia did that one, creosoting. Good creosote, that. I didn't think you could buy it again, because I didn't think it was very environmental friendly for the contents that's in it, in the creosote. But as we walked into a certain DIY store that's still surviving, like the rest are all failing and being sold and being called something else. Yeah, so we walked into a DIY store. There it was, creosote in a big old brown tub, so I'm having some of that. So yeah, so anyway, that's just a quick walk round, because I don't want to bore you with something that you've just seen before, because the content will be boring. You won't want to look at stuff again or talk about it. So good bit of space here. So yeah, so the whole point of this video was to get an update on the greenhouses. Look at that, that looks scruffy, that, doesn't it? I need to be doing something with that. Come up with an idea for that if you've got any ideas or suggestions, or type of I only grow flowers, so don't start saying to me put some swede in there, turnips or cabbage, because I've done all that before. I've been growing for like 25 years, so I've done all the veg. Not really interested in the veg. I'll probably damage myself now with my viewers, because I really only like flowers, a few peas and stuff like that, sweet corn, yeah. But chilies, I'm a big fan of chilies. I can only eat half of them, halfway, for hotness. So plenty of water in at the moment. The water's filling up nicely. But there's the marker, 800 litres. This one's empty. That one's empty. I'm going to put a tap on the bottom of that. I'm thinking about putting a tap on it and having an irrigation system with some piping that I bought off Jasperk. And we'll get that set up. I probably shouldn't have mentioned that. Right then. Oh, lovely door. There we go. Right then, update on the old stuff in the greenhouse. So, the tomato plants that were falling down the other day, I really needed to get them all stick supported. So you can see the canes here, stick supporting them. And then what we've done is trimmed them down a bit. Nearly went flying then. Anyway, yeah. So I've trimmed them down a bit, because we've got a couple of months of growing yet. And as you can see, I've just tied them off, stick supported them. And then they'll carry on. They'll go all the way up here actually, into the roof. When you see it at its height of growing, it looks like Jumanji in here. And I do like it, and the reason I like it is because I let tomatoes grow freely. As you can see, I've trimmed them down here for now, just to get them stick supported. But that's it, I won't be trimming them anymore. A lot of people say, oh, you should take your side shoots off here. Look at this, right, this is a side shoot. Here, take your side shoot off, because they'll just go everywhere. You know, they'll be everywhere and they'll just get in the way. Well, that's what I do. I let them grow freely. I don't really trim side shoots anymore. So here we go. We've got some flowering, really nice there. Look at them, and they'll just grow away in vines. These are all Kimberley tomatoes, if you want to know. Kimberley tomatoes. I bought them one day in Sainsbury's, and they tasted really nice, really tomatoey. You won't beat it. I don't think you'll beat it. Look at this. This little Market More cucumbers, right? Not as much water in Market More cucumbers. And there you go. It's just supporting itself, and I'll let that grow away. You'll see that in about 2 months up here, growing away with the tomatoes. So I've got a couple of, here's a top tip for you that you've probably heard years ago, when you was a young wee whippersnapper, is African marigolds. Apparently they're good to put in your greenhouse. I've snipped all the tops off them, as you can see here, because the more you snip them tops off, the more African marigold flowers come out. So they're in pots, and they will just help keep the insects and bugs away. Again, there we are, lovely vine tomato there setting off. And what you do is, in time to come, just give that a shake to pollinate and then we'll get the nice tomatoes growing off there. As you can see, look, these are all sticked now, stick supported. I was here Sunday, as I did my last video on Sunday. Monday morning. But I was here till Sunday night, making sure that everything was weeded. Stick supported for the tomatoes there, and as you can see, that's it now. I've snipped them a bit because the bottoms, nothing comes from the bottom. So, and I'll leave them to grow. Again here, they're all Kimberley tomatoes. I haven't chosen to mix them at all. The Kimberley tomatoes were that nice. They're all on stick supports now. They really tasted so nice that, you know, you can see all these are flowering now. Flowering lovely. If you look at these as I go along now. Going along there, and you can see them all. And I'll just let them grow. That's it now. They can all grow nicely. So that was one of the jobs Sunday evening. Because when you see on my last video, you'd have seen a few of these tomato plants. These ones here, there was 2 or 3 here just dangling over on the end. So they needed rescuing. So, Andy, look, you got chilies here. Ooh, chilies. So what kind of chilies are they, Andy? Don't know yet, because I can't see any chilies from them, and I haven't sticked them or named them, so I don't know what they are. And they could even be peppers, so we don't know yet. They're getting quite tall. They're starting to flower, as you can see here. Starting to flower. They've all got stick support, snap canes put in there to help them stand up and grow more. So yeah, they've all stick supported, even these. I've got these here. They're all stick supported now. One thing I was working at when I got back on Sunday, I was making sure they were all stick supported. So anyway, so that's where we are in this greenhouse with the tomatoes. There, and they're coming on nice. There's some nice ones, really nice ones, you know, and they'll grow more. We'll get more flowers out them as they get taller, you know. Look, when you look back, we're only halfway. What are them? 3 foot they are. Most of these plants are like 3 foot. That's it, and we've got plenty more to go. We're only just getting into the beginning of July, so let's see if I can step out of here before, without going you know what. Let's see if I have a massive fight with this door like the last one. Ooh, something works. Right then, yeah, as you can see, I've been working again, playing catch up in this greenhouse, and we've got some lovely chilies over there, some chilies at the front, and the cucumbers are at the back. So I'm mixing these in again this year. So I spent some time. So here we are, you can see everything's all stick supported now. These are Market More cucumbers, my favourite cucumbers. They're not as watery as I said before, and they've got spikes on the cucumber skin themselves. That's what differentiates Market More cucumbers to the normal smooth-bodied ones. And I can't wait. They seem to be doing well. They seem to be growing well this year. And I think that that's got a lot to benefit from there is the worm casting. That's why the soil is so black there. All right, it needs weeding. Here we go. Let me get rid of them. Yeah, so that looks a bit better now, doesn't it? Black soil there, and that's because of the worm casting from Elixir Garden Supplies, based in Morecambe. Now they're all over eBay, and you're buying and your usual Amazon and the rest of it. They're based in Morecambe, and they sell everything to do with gardening. So I'm quite lucky here in Morecambe to have them on my doorstep. And again, just like other gardening supplies, they give good information. They have years and years of knowledge. Just wait till that train goes. That gives you a clue where I'm at, doesn't it, on the allotment? The bloody train track right next to it. Anyway, never mind that. Yeah, so Eric's Hair Garden Supplies again. It's no pun, it's truth. I've been with them, like, I've known them for like 10-15 years when they first started out in a little unit on their own. And they've moved 2 or 3 times now, and they're in a big old massive warehouse on Whiteland, and they do UK and European distribution. Post out every day, trucks, parcels, you name it. And they're really good. You can ask a question, they'll give you the answer, and they're very knowledgeable. So yeah, so that's a worm casting which I mixed with a bit of peat, and that's where we are. I mean, look at these, stick supported now, everything's stick supported. Cucumbers, these cucumbers, if you remember from the video logs before, these have only been in here just over 2 weeks. Look at the size of them. So I've actually got some feed to go in to the cucumbers, but I'll do that this week, later on in the week. So yeah, so I've supported them here, tying string on a cane, string and a cane, right? But they also have these arms that come out and they hold on themselves. So once you've got a couple of tie-offs here, and the bottom and the middle, to get them going, they just carry on themselves. So they've got a fresh arm out going out there. That'll eventually, this arm here, come in there, as you can see. I've just touched that, that's all I've done, is touched it onto the cane there, just touched it, and that's it now. That'll support itself. They grow little arms out, same as here. So you've got this, again, mark it more, here, and you've got an arm growing out here, and if I just grab hold of that, there you go, look. Just wrap that arm round there like that, and that's it, holding on now. So, look in there, I don't know if you can see that, no. Oh, we have a visitor. Yeah, so some of the other chilies, and that's starting to flower. They're all cane supported. There you go. And you can see the cucumbers, they're all growing up. Mark it more. We have a naturist. Where are you? I can hear you. There we are. It's gone. Anyway. Right then, so hold on, we don't want to plug any of this stuff. So let me just move that. So here we are with Andy's chilies, and working on these again on Sunday evening. They all needed stick supporting and tying off with a bit of string, and all they are is broken canes, snapped 2 to 3 foot, and stick supporting the chilies. So now some of them started flowering, as you can see. Oh, we have a bit of green fly. There, look at that. I don't think you'll be able to make that out, to be honest. Let's have a look. No. Anyway, green fly on there. That'll get a spray in a minute before I go to work. So these ones here, these are in the small pots here. I have to buy some 40 centimetre pots, some bigger pots like this. Get these transferred over. And then we have a couple of vampires, chilies there at the back, and Phileas Blue, I think they are. Phileas Blue, them ones. And this is Vampire, this one, Vampire Chili. So black chilies will come out of there, that's why it's got the name Vampire Chili, because the chilies are black. Quite nice. Again, look. I don't know if you can make that out. Got a few white fly on there. So there we have another job of a bit of spraying. But they're not eating the plants away, you know what I mean? They might be there at the moment, but they're not eating the plant away, which is, again, another vampire plant there. That'll want a bit of a spray. Anyway, yeah, so that's where we are. That's where we are in the greenhouses, and this is where we are with the chilies. And obviously there's nothing much exciting to see at the moment, but yes, they are flowering. And just need a bit of spraying, I think, yeah. Yeah, because when you look closely, bit of soapy water. A bit of soapy water will sort that out. It'll make it taste horrible. Well, again, as you can see, the cucumber here, it's tying itself off. I haven't really have to tie it any further, but sometimes you can just twist them round, like so. There we go, taken care of. Good state of this. Mind you, don't like to be Peter Perfect, you know, things will grow off it. It's still there. Maybe I could just tie it off a bit and support it up, but that's all right for now. It's working. It's working. It's doing its job. So thanks a lot. Thanks for coming, watching the videos, taking part, leaving your comments. If you could just do me a favour, if you do like it, please press the bell, like it, and subscribe. Subscribe to Andy's BCA, bikes, camper vans, and allotments. But you haven't seen any bikes and you haven't seen any camper vans. That'll come at a later date. Let's just get this all started off and see where we get up to. Let's just try and step out of here without falling over. And you'll see the progress. You'll see the progress, like what a difference a week makes. Right, so we'll come back in a week, 10 days, do another video. And they'll be up here. I bet you in a week to 10 days, right, you see where the rim is there along the side, that rim there, all the way along that rim, I bet you these plants are up there in about 10 days. Same again on this side, on that rim there, or even up to the cane. You know, we'll get there anyway. So, take care, have a wonderful week in whatever you're doing, be safe, be good. Be nice to each other. And take care. I wish you all well. Bye for now.